They were literally just letting them come through and then doing paperwork and giving them a cell phone and a debit card and then say, what city would you like to go to? And they would put them on buses. You remember that? Has anybody frickin' forgotten that stupidity?
If you got this far, it's because I have your attention. And I have your attention because something really stupid is happening. We're going to play the whole video for you here. This is from the live stream earlier today. I guarantee you missed it. And then we're going to do a little bit of coverage on what the crazy blue-haired freaky people are saying, the soy boys, the skinny jean wearing losers of the world, and we're going to cover that. So let's get into it.
But here's the thing. Why do the ICE agents hunt this guy down? Well, it's pretty simple. He probably broke the law. You're going to find out that he's been in the country for like 5 years, that let's say he does have a social security number, which is bullshit, okay? And let's say he was allowed to be in the country after being going through a process, right? But the process is normally the judge goes, no, you're not allowed to be here and you need to go by this period of time. And then you just go, yeah? And play stupid, and then you just stay in the country, right? Or there was a process where you couldn't. You remember when they couldn't even see an immigration judge for like 10 years? They were literally just letting them come through and then doing paperwork and giving them a cell phone and a debit card and then say, what city would you like to go to? And they would put them on buses. You remember that? Has anybody frickin' forgotten that stupidity?
And I think that's the rant for the day, because we are so quick to forget about what has actually happened, and the people on the left, the crazy, stupid people on the left who've been taken over by the socialist fools, well, they're really the fools, don't want you to remember this stuff.
And then they get a notice in the mail or their cell phone rings that the government's been paying for years and says, you got an appointment with an immigration judge. It's on this day. It's in this place. Be there. And they go, okay? And so they don't show up. And that's automatic. When you don't show up to your immigration detention, okay, hearing with an immigration judge, you violated the agreement. You've broken the law and you will be kicked out of the country. That's how it works. And that's probably what was happening. That's probably what happened. They went to his house to show up. He drove away. I mean, I saw the video. He wasn't like driving crazy like I do. But he did. They did like show them who they were, when you're an illegal alien and you see policia or you see immigration or you see ICE agents on the guy with the vest and his weapon is drawn, your reaction is to, oh, I was scared. No, that only works for black teenagers in the hood, and that doesn't even work anymore. And that's the truth.
Let's now move on to what some of the crazier people on the planet are saying. And I just think it's important to understand that the ridiculousness of the left is really just that. It's really got to the point now where I literally had to explain to a 19-year-old young man today that everything that is said on the internet isn't always true, but you have to be careful of the echo chambers that you find yourself in, because the problem is generational. No, not all young people are stupid, but they sure are making a good run at it. Let me show you something. So this is the Portland Herald. This is what they call a live or updating article, right? So live updates, ICE releases statement on Bedford shooting, which they did, and 53 updates. Each one of these is an update. ICE breaks silence on shooting. Biden looking to aid residents in wake of tragedy, mayor says. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Just this regurgitation. Oh, look, protests within hours. within a short 2 or 3 hours, organized protests in the park. We're calling for people to be there. Senators are showing up. Abolish ICE. Where were these people when Obama was deporting? He was the deporter in chief. Where were these people when he was deporting people? The cyclic rate. Huh? Where were all these crazy? Oh, yeah, gee, 14th Amendment, due process. It's just all regurgitated stupid stuff. I actually listened to this when I was listening to the news eating supper tonight. I don't understand. I don't want to give these guys any more airtime than I have to. I'd really like to stay focused. I mean, it just goes on and goes on and goes on and goes on. The door camera, it's absolute ridiculousness, and I don't think that we should have to tolerate it. So I wanted to I wanted to show you. So this. mm, this is tricky. I'm going to be calling out some really left-wing wacko stuff here, and mm, let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right, so you can't see it. I'm going to show. I got to raise this up so you can see it. This is coming off of TTY Sports. This is 1.47 million subscribers. In 5 hours, the guys had 26,000, almost 27,000 views. And why? Because there's enough stupid people on the planet that will give these guys airtime. All right. Here was the video that was supposed to be showing everything. It's literally showing nothing. There's a guy down there on the ground. The EMTs didn't even come. They called the coroner because the reports are that they'd shot this guy in the face. And look, there's one bullet hole. Did you see that? There was one bullet hole right
has done it again.
Right where there was going to be some head. So listen to this carefully, take it with a grain of salt, and then I'm going to chew it up for you into little pieces so that you can actually hear the dumbness in this. So let me turn the volume up on this. There we go. We're going to get this back down here where you can. There we go. Watch this.
ICE has done it again.
This is the original video. Someone's actually scrubbed the TikTok name out of this video. This did not originate with Nathan Bernard on Twitter. So what you basically saw there was he went and turned towards the officer, and that's why they shot.
This video is what led to a fatal shooting by ICE.
It happened so fast. And then it's over. And then it's over. And I want you, let's go here. Let's go
die
here.
By this secret.
No, hold on.
By ICE.
Sorry about the sirens, but the voices are much lower than the sirens.
With one officer consoling another after a person's life was taken in Maine.
And what exactly would you expect them to do? He just took a human life. If you've never done it before, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
How many more people must die by this secret police force?
Hey, everyone.
Do you mean the secret police force that Obama endorsed, the deporter in chief that he actually had physical control over during the time that he was the president? Do you mean that force? Idiot.
We just got the sad news that it looks like there's been yet another deadly shooting, and ICE was involved. This time, it was right in our backyard in Biddeford. My heart is with the people of Biddeford, the people of Maine. They need answers. We all need answers, and we deserve to know what happened here. So we're going to go down to be with the community in Biddeford at Mechanics Park at noon.
Oh, you mean the organized protest. Got it.
If you're able to, please join us. Troy Jackson, the man looking to replace Graham Plattner, weighed in. As Kyle Kowinski wrote, ICE go a day without murdering someone, challenge impossible. Here's what we know thus far.
All right, so now we're going to get a little bit more up on the soy boy kind of stuff here. So pay attention.
Ingerson, state senator, representing the city of Biddeford in the Maine Senate. I'm saddened and horrified by what.
All right, you know what? They're all going to say the same thing. Let's get to where that's another representative. I think he's like the mayor or something like that. Let's get to here.
I want accountability and I want answers.
The Biddeford Gazette posted the following from the scene. We spoke with an eyewitness this morning. Lucas Scott, a Biddeford resident, said he was driving through the intersection of Hill and Poole Street at approximately...
Okay, so that's some local TV, basically local news stuff. He's just regurgitating the stuff.
Ask yourself that. Your neighbor was murdered by ICE. Your neighbor.
How come it's always angry, overweight, white Karens that don't have anything else to do with their day? How come it's always that?
We got the freedom. 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 What do we do when?
And why is it so important for us to listen to this music? I mean, he spends an awful lot of time yapping about this. Let's see here. And then what do we got? I think this is Monday morning shooting is the latest in the 11th fatal shooting involving ICE or U.S. Border Patrol agents since the beginning of the second Trump administration. That includes this month's fatal shooting of a 15-year-old, a construction worker in Houston, according to The Guardian. You mean the guy who tried to run over an ICE agent? Yeah, that guy 3 days ago. Good try, sucker. Let's get to the dumb. He likes reading stuff. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. Immigration. No, that's deeply unsettling. You know what's deeply unsettling? The foolishness that these people want you to believe. Let's jump to this one.
Media figure Sam Stein wrote in a social media...
Wait a minute, did you say social media figure? Is that what you wrote? Is that what you just said?
Media figure Sam Stein, the life. Media figure Sam Stein.
Media figure Sam Stein. Never heard of you.
Stein wrote in a social media post, objectively, this is a video of a car slowly turning and ICE agents walking alongside it. Maybe there is more video out there, but hard to understand how we could end up with another deadly shooting here.
It's easy. You just pay attention and see what actually happened instead of what you want to happen to support your agenda.
The shooting comes less than a week after an ICE agent in Texas...
I mean, this guy, okay, so this guy really doesn't have any facts. This is all clickbait BS. Let's jump to another one. Murderers, okay. And this guy, Brian Cranston, he's a joke as well. All right, so let's get to what Soy Boy's really got to say. And it says his name is Rick Storm, which is going to come in later.
And break-ins. I just want to read something very quick from NBC News because this just was posted
NBC
as
News.
we were
That's
putting
another
this piece together.
That's another valid
Ruben Torres,
news
the
organization.
advocacy and policy manager at Maine Immigrant Rights Coalition, told NBC News they're waiting to notify the victim's family before releasing those details. What we know right now is that two organizations, Maine Immigrant Rights Coalition...
Okay, one, no one's ever heard of this, but it's Immigrants Rights Coalition. I wonder how much money they receive from nefarious sources. Let's continue.
And Presente identified the victim as a 26-year-old Colombian man who was authorized to work in this country and had been issued a social security number.
And how would they know that? Exactly how would they know that? This sounds like a lot of pre-formatting to control the agenda.
Okay, so
this guy's about to cry.
I think it is becoming impossible to keep up with the injustices that continue happening every single day in this country.
Oh my God. Move to another country and I'll show you injustice.
It is all...
As you can tell, I'm kind of pissed about the whole thing.
What do you think the end result will be as report after report have come out showing that the people that are signing up with ICE, the people that are being approved to be deputized as part of this police force, lack adequate training?
Ooh, I have a feeling this moron is about to dig himself a factual hole that he'll never be able to get out of. Let's watch.
They have less training than a barber.
Absolutely true. Most states require anywhere from 1,000 to 1,600 hours to become a barber. The problem is that barbers aren't police officers, and police officers have specific standards. Most BLEC courses are anywhere from 700 to 800 hours. Basic law enforcement course. That means here's your you can sign up and you can get a badge and you can get a gun and you can start doing the job and start that on the job education, but you have the full legal authority to use deadly force if necessary. You're trained, you're good. That's what all law enforcement officers have. Every one of them. Now, what this moron is trying to make you believe is that the ICE agents don't have enough training. Well, what he's doing is he's standing on some facts, but he's not telling you, he's telling you what he thinks you want to hear to support his agenda. The fact is that during the initial push, they shortened the training requirements by days for ICE agents. And then they realized from I want to say it's 72 days, it's roughly 800 hours. Um, and the days vary. You know, one day training might be 6 days or 6 hours. Another training might be 12 hours. But when they realized this could be a problem, they got that initial push, that initial force that they needed out there. They made them go back and do the advanced training, that what they're calling the advanced training, to bring them up to the full 72 days worth of training. Currently, their training is 72 days and roughly 800 hours, which is the standard set by law enforcement nationwide for their basic law enforcement courses. So, whatever your name is, Rick, maybe, or something like that, shut the fuck up. Let's hear what other ridiculousness he's got to say, because he clearly doesn't know the facts. And unfortunately, this is a left-leaning talking point that I hear regurgitated. I actually heard it regurgitated on the news, on the live news today, on a TV and everything. It's so stupid.
They are out of shape.
Actually, have you really looked at them? These guys are jacked. Were you watching any of the video that's in your video that you stole from somebody else's video? I think not.
They have criminal backgrounds.
That's absolutely untrue. You cannot hold a law enforcement credential in the United States of America, let alone a federal agency with a criminal background. Now, everybody's got speeding tickets. I even know a few people that have jaywalking tickets. But none of these guys have criminal backgrounds. So full of shit.
Criminal histories.
Oh, histories.
And what they are doing, the federal government is saying, yes, we
Wait. Now it's the federal government that's doing all this. Okay.
want you. We have to get our numbers up. We have to get our quotas up. We want to deport and, or it seems at this juncture, kill any amount of black and brown people possible.
Okay. So now the sky is green and the grass is blue, and racist means killing everybody because you're black or brown. I talked about this today on the live stream. This racist thing is not working anymore. It's not working anymore because people are flat out tired of it. When I say people, I mean you people, you brown people, you black people, you yellow people, you whatever color your skin happens to be. You're tired of it. We know you're tired of it because we're all tired of it too. I even had somebody try to turn this into a gay issue today because they're so freaking convoluted. Let's see if there's anything. I don't think he's got anything else to say that's worth a crap. I don't think it's worth another 2 minutes, but let's see.
Because the Supreme Court basically said that this administration and ICE can basically have racial profiling.
No, that is not what they said. And you prefaced it with the word basically. Get your facts straight. The Supreme Court said nothing like that. Educate yourself. Fuck.
At their doorstep and the way that they conduct business. Speaking of, a policy within ICE is that they don't shoot into cars.
Wrong answer. That is completely wrong. They're actually trained to do it. Every law enforcement officer is trained to defend his own life. It is the very first step in lethal force. You have the inherent right to self-protection. It's that easy. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let's get off this guy. He's such a loser. You know, and the funny thing too is it's not just his level of stupidity. It's actually he's paid. He's paid. Okay. Here, let me prove it. Let me find it. His channel is YTT Sports. Okay. YTT Sports is part of, I actually had to go like dig this up because I was like, wait a minute. Actually, I think that I found that on, let's see here. No. Find ICE. This is the original video right here. This is the first guy who did this. And it's like, why is he running his camera? That's the question. So they had already shot at this point. When he turned his car, see, watch. Here we go. And right at the officer, boom, one shot, popped him in the head, missed the second time. And now the guy's like, and now they're trying to stop the car because it's headed downhill. Let me find this idiot. This is the idiot lawyer who is he's like saying, oh, he's got a social security number. And he's an immigration, an A1, etc., or 1A, etc. I mean, come on, you're a real pro, aren't you? This is the article. Let me get off of this real quick. I got to find this. I know I got it here. All right, there it is. There it is. And this may be the last one thing. So I'm doing the research. Boom. Okay, so YTT Sports operates out of the Maine Young Turks headquarters in Los Angeles, California. Young Turks. The Young Turks. You guys know who these are? The Young Turks cover progressive political news, current events, and socio-political commentary for a left-wing perspective. While the flagship show focuses heavy on politics, the broader YTT network produces content across a diverse range of topics, though a very, very specialized verticals. It's political. It's a political agenda. Okay. And that's where this guy is coming from. Whether these are his ethics or values, I do not know. I do not know. What I can tell you is that if you've come this far, you need to leave something in the comments. And I guess the next thing I'll tell you is
This week's video is on YouTube. Next week's video is on the Patreon. That's the link.